You're watching Tonight at News.
You're watching Don't Forget Your Flashlight with today's host, Gabriel Allen Pryor. Next up is Michael Redacted Carter. And finally, your favorite host, the man with the biggest ding dongs, the snack cakes, Casey Allen Reed. I like that. I got a lot of energy. I got a lot of energy this time. I'm feeling good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank
Take
you.
a bow, sir.
Thank you. I am fully erect right now.
Stand up and take a bow.
I can't.
Okay.
If you could take your pants off and stand up and take a bow, that'd be perfect.
Show the audience what they're applauding.
It's not much.
Show them your Twinkie.
No, it's his ding dong. He just
Yeah,
said
that's
that.
my ding dong.
Sorry,
what,
show
who
him your
makes that,
ding dong.
Hostess? Does Hostess make ding
Well, he's
dongs?
holding a ding dong though, or are we applying he's holding his?
Is it Hostess or is it Little Debbie
little-
that makes the ding dong? Does Little Debbie have a ding dong?
Little Debbie's got a ding dong.
Or is it Hostess? Who has the ding dong?
Hey, you know what? Little Debbie could be our hostess with the ding dong. It's full circle. It's all the same. They're probably owned by
It's all
the
the
same
same.
company.
Probably.
Little Debbie's got a wiener. That's all we're getting at.
I'm talking about a little dessert cake. Why are you bringing hot dogs into this?
I was talking about a penis.
Now a penis? Why you gotta get sexual with everything?
So, quick, I know we briefly talked about it, but what are your guys' thoughts on Matt Rife buying the Warren house?
I love it.
Yeah, I do too. I think it's
I
pretty
Now-
fucking cool.
Now, one thing I do wonder, because didn't the guy that was transporting the Annabelle doll just die?
Yes.
Like legit, he died. Like
The previous caretaker of the Annabelle doll died.
literally just died. And
Yeah.
people be like, okay, well that's a weird coincidence. That's a strange happenstance. Or maybe the doll really does have some
Was
sort of thing to kill him.
Well,
you
it
know?
was on tour.
Yeah.
Right? Like the doll was on tour, and every location had that experienced some bad juju.
Now I do want to know, do we think that is realistic or was that all like happenstance?
You know,
Because when you're looking for something to happen, it's more inclined to see it, like
yeah, no. But my argument with that is like so I love this shit, right? But I don't really feel like a true believer. But there were a lot of just unfortunate coincidence to happen
with the
for you
Annabelle doll.
not to, like, even for skeptics to be like, oh shit, I might be wrong.
Is he? And now that Matt Rife has it, I want to know, is he going to be living in the house? Did he purchase all of the oddities as well?
Him and okay, so Matt Rife went in with a YouTuber, Elton Costello, I believe his name is.
I've heard the name.
It's a hell of a name.
Yeah, it's a pretty bitchin' name. But anyway, so Matt Rife and Elton Costello went halvesies on it. They bought the Warren house, and they are the caretakers for the items within the museum for the next foreseeable 5 years. Like it could be longer, but for at least the next 5 years, they are the caretakers.
I
for the
need him
items.
to open up a 24-hour surveillance footage of that room.
So this is what's cool is very soon, they don't know when, you're going to be able to stay in the Warrens' house.
Okay, I kind of figured that was happening eventually.
Yeah, I mean, like, they're not dumb guys. They're going to make money on it.
Yeah, obviously. I thought maybe they would set up 24-hour surveillance in the oddities room.
I feel like they probably will of some kind because, like, you're going to be able to rent it out, like, and it's going to be for paranormal stuff. So no one's probably going to be really doing any kind of sleeping in it. You know what I mean? Like, they're going to stay up all night with their ghost stuff.
All night with their ghost stuff. Yeah. All night long.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Would you stay when they offer it? Would you stay in it?
Yeah, it'd be awesome. I've always wanted to go to the museum.
Will you touch anything?
I've always wanted to go ballroom dancing with Annabelle.
Legit, do you think you're going to touch anything if you went there? I know they say please don't, but I've seen the movies. I know everyone touches something.
They say please don't, but will you? I might. I would.
Well, okay. Every movie they have, they go into that room and they're like always telling the new person, don't touch anything. It's all, nothing's what it seems. It's all haunted. And someone's like, okay. And then they're like,
don't believe you.
Here's this bottle of all purpose. It's like, don't touch it. And they're like, bumped into it. Ah.
Oh, it's fallen and it's broken, and now the evil spirit trapped inside is now attached to my body.
I feel like every time they go into that room, someone bumps into something unexpected. You touch, like, something will happen. Make it pay-per-view. Set up 24-hour surveillance. and you
Yeah,
have to
paper.
pay to watch, and probably have the increased price between like the hour.
No,
What's the witching hours between 1 and 4?
No, just you can just live stream it, and then people can
Unless
just
things
like.
start happening, and then you want people to tune in. That's quick cash right there, bro.
Well, you could like. I would assume that people would like it would get around and be like, hey, you know, regularly at this time of night, weird things start happening at the Warrens'
See,
house.
and if it's pay-per-view, then you pay to get onto the stream.
Yeah, but if you just make it free, like you could still have advertisers come in. You know, people could pay bits and stuff.
I'm just trying to imagine this dystopian future that I see for us, like where nothing's taken serious and everyone's like, oh, there's a ghost. We have an actual proof of a ghost. Let's record it, and people can now watch
hey, bro, I think we're kind of already there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're getting
Everything is not taken seriously.
Nothing's taken serious.
I haven't taken Michael seriously in the past 15 years.
That's a personal decision between you and Michael and what you do in the bedroom.
Hey, I don't want to talk about that.
I just want to imagine, because your guys' backgrounds look so similar, that you two are actually in like the same room, just on different. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I just
two
turn
are-
the camera and he's just like right
he's
there.
just right there next to you, and you're like, oh, yeah.
You know what's funny is like I went left and he went right, but it'd be funny if like in the playback it's like opposite sides, so we look like idiots.
Yeah,
Now
so
I want to try to make that happen.
Hell
Do
yeah. Lean into it.
See, on my screen, I have you guys flipped, so you went this way.
Oh, so we
and
did
Michael
do that.
And on my screen, I have you guys flipped, so you were like, hey, to nothing, and he's like, hey, to me, and I was like, I didn't.
Is Michael in the middle for you?
So yeah, I'm in
Michael,
the
just
middle
put
for
both
me.
hands up. Just put both hands up, Michael. Gabe, do it. Do it. Oh, it's opposite.
That's what has to work. That's for me. That makes sense.
On my screen, you both just went the opposite direction.
We need to synchronize our watches or something. Synchronize
That's
our
fine.
videos.
That was funny.
Wait, real quick, because we can always edit this. Let's put Michael in the middle.
Yep.
Put Casey on the right,
I am.
and
That's
then me
how
on the
it's set-
left. Now
That's how
let's
it's set up.
Now can we get this?
You're still weird to me.
What?
You're still opposite.
On my screen, this makes sense. Michael's in the
you're-
middle. I'm
so
on
your
his.
so you're
I'm on his
yours-
left.
Oh, if he's facing out. So if you're looking
What
at the
other? I'm looking at Michael, how he's facing me. He's in the middle. Casey's
yeah, but
on
you're
the
looking
right
at the
side.
screen. So why wouldn't you say left and right to the way you're looking at the screen?
Casey, the way I'm looking at the screen, Michael's in
Yeah.
the middle. Casey, you
Yeah.
are on the right side of my screen.
Yes.
I am on the left side. And I said, let everyone move Casey to the right side of their screens and put me on the left side.
That's where I'm at.
So it should make sense if I'm on the left of Michael, that when I go to Michael's
Dude,
right.
I'm gonna send you a picture. This is bonkers. We're having this conversation right now.
I don't understand what.
Because you're gonna say, I'm gonna send you this, and then you're gonna be like, no, it's the opposite. And like, that's not what you said.
Why is mine flipped around?
But the actual like video recording is flipped.
In your picture. This is what I'm looking at.
We're having some weird technical difficulties.
Do you see what I'm saying?
I don't.
This is my right hand.
Yeah.
Why was on your screen I'm flipped around?
I have no idea how to fix that. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Me neither. I didn't realize that was a thing this whole time. Now it makes sense though, because
I don't know how to flip that either.
me neither. I didn't know that was an issue.
All right. Well, let's just move on then.
Now that we're 10 minutes in.
That's okay.
And we talked about the Warrens and stuff. I mean, we
Yeah.
had
Oh, well,
legit
back to that
talk.
real quick. Do we think anything bad will happen? Is Matt Riff next on the Annabelle's kill list?
I feel like Matt Rife is like
Right,
kind of
yeah.
like us in the sense of he definitely enjoys the topic of conversation. He obviously bought the Warren House, and I think that he will do it justice. Like, yeah, he's a comedian, and he's been the center of like a little bit of controversy here and there. But everybody is. If you're in media or in the limelight of any kind, at some point you're probably going to face some kind of controversy. But either way, I think he's going to do right by it. Like, yeah, he's going to make his money. They do. Everyone's going to. But I think he'll do right by it. I think he'll take care of it. I don't think he's going to suffer any. I don't think he's going to like be affected by it negatively. Now, I could be totally fucking wrong, and he could just like die in a car wreck, which would be fucking wild. To be like, all right, just burn the house down.
Yeah,
It's
I was
a
like,
What
damn
if he
shame.
burns the house down with himself inside of it?
That would be some haunting in Connecticut shit.
They're like, hey, he's like, this is the last live stream. What up, guys? You're like, what?
Wow.
Send 911. Send 911.
I'd be like, you know what? Let's
And
do
he's
this.
clearly just like
Let's
at
see
the.
where this-
He's jumped to like in those movies, the end of the movie where he's clearly like lost his mind, is what I'm thinking. Where when we see him, he's just like you can tell he's been through the thick of it.
Into the thick of it.
Into the thick of
it.
I'm having fun today. I'm having a good time this morning.
I think that little extra light added.
Yep. You're just as beautiful as ever, Gabe. Except I'm not gonna lie, I do find it like it's almost you don't have
Oh,
since
it
you
looks a
don't,
little off.
No, you don't have your headband on, and it's throwing me a little bit.
Well, it's
You
'cause
normally have a headband
me,
on.
You have me named coolest headband. I also shaved my beard.
You
It don't matter. It's the headband.
Do I need to
You
go
put
get
your
a
headband on. Yeah, put your headband on. Unless you don't want to. I'm not make you. I'm not your mom, or maybe I am your mom.
You're literally younger than me. You're not my mom.
Gabe, sweetie, you're doing a great job. Let me give you money. I like the headband. Hell yeah.
I love that he put it over.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You said I had to put it on, so.
Shit.
I love everything about this. If you're just an audio listener, Gabe has got a pair of headphones on that he has now wrapped a green bandana around
I don't get my headband
around
on.
his head and the headphones. You look like a Roblox character.
Ew, thank you.
Hey man, take it how you want.
He almost looks like a character from GTA San Andreas.
Maybe, yeah.
Their color was green.
What up,
All right, Michael, you got something for us today? I hear through the grapevine.
little birdie?
I do.
The operator says, hello.
Hello.
I
Is
do.
it me you're looking for? Sorry, go ahead, Michael.
I found a story this week that I found very interesting. I found it earlier this week, and apparently Casey had wanted to do this story. I was not aware, but
I was like, are you going to tell us or?
I was gonna say,
Dramatic
I
pause
will
for a
let
sec.
you. I was gonna say, I want you to start the story, Casey, because
What? All right, it's fine. You're going to tell. I want you to tell us what it is, though.
that's part of starting the story. I was gonna let you start it.
No, because I know
I
you're going
don't
to
even know what this is. I have no
Dyatlov
recollection.
Pass
It's just
incident.
The what?
the what?
Don't make me do this again, bitch.
The day call pass incident.
Yeah,
The
you're gonna say it again.
Dyatlov Pass incident.
Daytall pass incident.
Yes.
I have heard it. Dyatlov.
Dyatlov. However you pronounce it. I
It's
mean,
Dyatlov.
there's gonna be some mispronunciation because there is some names in Russian that I'm sure we're gonna butcher.
Say this one more time.
Dyatlov.
Love. I don't know.
Dyatlov.
Technically, that's the name of the expeditioner. Technically, it takes place in the Ural Mountains.
I'm gonna call it the D pass. You know, D pass.
There are gonna be some
Dyt-
mispronunciations in this because it's
Dyatlov?
all Russian.
Does anyone
Oh,
speak
name.
Russian?
I'm
Any of
fluent.
our Russian fans out there?
I'm fluent.
No,
I'm
you're
not.
not.
I'm not. I'm
I was like,
barely.
go ahead, read the whole story then. I'll let you read every name. Give me the accent
Yeah.
with them too.
Przepraszam. That's Polish. Anyway, all right. In February 1959, 9 hikers were killed while hiking in the Ural Mountains. The Soviet government originally attributed a compelling natural force as the cause of death.
Do you hear that?
Dyatlov.
I was right.
That's what
No.
Google says the English American translation should sound like.
Dyatlov.
Dyatlov.
Okay.
D-pass.
D-pass.
All right, so on January 23rd, 1959, 10 hikers set out for a winter trek through Russia's Ural Mountains, also named Kholat Syakhl, if that's not right. I don't
I was
care.
gonna say there's gonna be some butchering. Don't
Which
worry.
is a Mansi, if that's not right. I don't care. Which
Mansi, is that with an M or with an N? M-N.
Yeah, M as in Mansi.
M is in Mansi.
Which is a Mansi, meaning silent mountains or dead mountains. One guy turned back after several days for medical reasons. If I remember correctly, I think he fell and he didn't break. I don't think he broke any limbs or anything. Do you put it in here?
No, there wasn't a whole lot on it. He left early due to an injury, but there wasn't a whole lot of info on what injury.
So is he the only survivor?
Actually, there's a lot of information on this.
Not on the dude who left early.
Yeah, there was. He was the only survivor.
So
What
he
do you
was
mean
the
for
only
then?
survivor. I
Yes,
called
he
it.
was.
He killed everyone else and went back. That was he faked the story. I'm
Fake
calling it.
news.
He killed everyone and then he just went back and was like, yeah. So they kept going and I decided to come back.
Kept going. Also, could you imagine going for your buddy's like, hey, let's go on a hike. It's literally the mountain's name is literally Silent Mountains or Dead Mountains.
Where you want to hike at? Oh, those dead mountains over there.
You're like, huh? Why?
Want to go shoot off my shotgun? I brought one shell.
I like this because I've got info to add to this that I didn't put in there because I want to just drop random facts. But you can also add info, Casey, because you've done this or read about it at least.
I'm the only one
I'm
who's
currently
a virgin
reading
on
an
this.
article, and they.
What was his injury? Did it specify?
Well, that's what I'm trying to find out right now.
Because I couldn't.
Do we need to
I
pause the
didn't
podcast
find...
real quick?
No, this is part of it.
Yeah,
part of the
they know what
magic.
we're about.
I'm over here.
They
All
know-
right,
they
cool.
know-
I'm gonna be the audience today.
Part of the this is part of the magic.
This is how the sausage is made. I really need to get
This is how the sausage is made, one link at a time.
one goat's intestine at a time.
You know, what if I just do this? I go bop bing bop.
There is a game that is I won't say attached to this, but someone made a game because of this.
I
did
still
not
have no
put
idea what this is.
it in
I
there.
know everyone's gonna die, and the one person that survived
Give me 1 second. I'll tell you the name
has
of
an
the
unknown
game.
injury.
Okay, so Yuri Yudin was the sole survivor.
You're
right?
There it is.
He had several health ailments, including a rheumatism and a congenital heart defect, and he turned back though because of knee and joint pain.
Knee and joint pain. Okay. The game
So
was
he didn't
called.
kill everyone else.
I will say the game was called
No.
Tales Beyond the Tomb: White Silence. It's a game that was made because of this story, and it takes a very much a cult ritual approach to it.
The theories on this one are actually really cool. Some of them make 100% sense, but there's a lot of mystery surrounding it. So we shall continue. So
Yeah, all I know is people are die. So
one guy turned back, which is Yuri Yudin. If that
Yuri
is
Yudin.
not how you pronounce his name, I don't care. After several days for medical reasons, which are knee and joint pain, which we now know, but the other 9 continued along their route. They had planned to send a message back to their sports club about 3 weeks after taking off. So when the club didn't hear anything from them by February 20th, a search party set out to find the hikers because it was a teacher or professor that was like leading this group because he was an avid hiker. They were all avid hikers. Over the next couple of weeks, the search party found the first 5 of the hikers' bodies spread out over the snow. They were in various states of distress and had bizarre injuries, with one appearing to have bitten off part of his own knuckle. Months later, after some snow melted, investigators discovered the bodies of the remaining 4 hikers. They had even more inexplicable injuries. One had a fractured skull, another had a twisted neck, 2 were missing their eyes, and one of the bodies with no eyes was also missing her tongue. Gabe, you got any thoughts so far as our audience member?
So 5 of the 9 that continued on, besides Yuri, 5 were found when they were checking it out, and then once the spring came and the snows melted, they found the other 4.
Correct.
And the other 4, so everyone was dead, but the other 4 were in way worse shape than the initial 5.
Yes.
So do we think that the initial 5 were killed first, or do you think the initial 4 were killed first, and then the snows buried them up, and then the 5 continued on, and then they died last? Or did the 4 survive after brutally killing the other 3, and then they were even worse for killing each other? What do we think happened? Did 5 take on 4, or did 4 take on 5? Is what I'm asking.
Well, there's still like way more information, but based on this,
also isn't the first time I've heard of a story where people went out into the snow and somehow went insane in the snow.
well, it's kind of just a speculation of how they died.
Mhm.
There are theories. There are like theories based in reality, but there are some like paranormal-esque theories.
There is I put it in my notes for a little later to bring up, but I can bring it up now. There is a
Wait, if it's a theory, because I'm assuming that you have theories in here, correct?
I do.
Yeah, so just
Save the theories. Okay.
I would just
Save the theories.
All right, let me finish up this last sentence and then I'll let somebody else take over. The gruesome fate of the 9 hikers has generated theories ranging from natural disasters to secret weapons, testing to an attack by Yetis. Although some theories are more plausible than others, the Dyatlov Pass incident, as it is known, remains a continuous. Is that continuous? Because if it is, you spelled it wrong. Contentious?
No, it's supposed to be continuous. I guess autocorrect did not help me on that one.
Remains a continuous unsolved mystery. Is contentious a word? It sounds like it's a word.
Contentious is a word.
Yeah, no, I meant to put continuous, so what is contentious? What did autocorrect put there?
Causing or likely to cause an argument.
Okay,
You
yeah,
know
no,
what?
that's not supposed to
Contentious
be what I
works.
put there.
Contentious works.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Remains a contentious and unsolved mystery. That works.
Causing an argument?
Yeah.
It's a mystery that causes an argument. It's a contentious mystery. We're learning.
So 9 people died up in these Russian mountains. Based on the theories, I would base it in reality because I know a little bit, but
Depending on what reality you live in, everything's in reality.
avalanche.
How did her
Man,
tongue get ripped out?
I do too, but I really kind of like the other theories that I've got.
Or just what?
Could be animals. I mean, it could be. I don't remember where the bodies were like in relation to each other. Like I'm assuming that it's in the document, right, Michael?
What do you mean?
Do
Like,
you go
do I have a
over
photo?
No, do you go over their clothes and do you go over the placement of the bodies?
Yes.
Oh, let's get into it.
Because like those are
I think it was under the found bodies part. It was either that or the causes of death. I think it was found bodies though, but yeah, I've got it.
because those are important and confusing details.
Excuse me.
Do you guys want me to keep reading, or do you guys want to take over?
Oh, I didn't even know you guys sent the document out. I literally when I logged on, I just went straight to Riverside. I haven't even opened the
Oh,
document. I've just
I
been
just assumed you
enjoying
weren't looking
hearing
at
what
it
you
and
guys
you were
have
just
told
kind
me.
of like, the I will
Yeah,
be
it's
You both
fine.
were
mystery.
you both were
Michael,
like, we
how
know
about
so
this?
much. I was like, I'm in for a ride.
Gabe's never heard this. So Michael, let's just bounce back and forth, you and me, and then Gabe could just, be enveloped in Dyatlov Pass.
Is it a Yeti? Is it an avalanche? Is it
Do you want? I have a
4v5?
picture
5v4?
pulled up. You want me to send a picture to Discord?
Just hold your phone up to the camera.
God, no, that looks so bad.
Who cares?
Just why don't we just go?
Well, then the people
I
at
think
home
he
can
wants
see
the
it.
audience to see.
That's fair.
Here, let me see if I can get a.
Okay, while you're doing that, I'll just continue on.
Yeah, I was like, let me see if I can find a
Dyatlov
better
Pass,
picture.
named after a student who planned the trek. So the Dyatlov Pass, the section of the Ural Mountains that the hikers were trekking to, is named after the leader of the fateful expedition, Igor Dyatlov. Dyatlov is a 23-year-old student studying engineering at the Ural Polytechnic Institute in Soviet Russia. He planned the trip with 8 other students at the institute who were all in their early 20s. All the students were experienced hikers, as was the sports instructor in his late 30s who joined the expedition. Okay, so that's where I was confused. The instructor didn't plan it, but he was just an experienced hiker.
So a bunch of people, early 20s.
Yep. Well, one guy was in his early 30s.
Well, no.
The
So
instructor.
the instructor was in his early 30s, but he's not the one who planned it.
Correct.
Which person? Which Ulun? What is his name?
Igor.
Igor, the guy that turned around and left.
That's Yuri Udin.
Yuri.
So, real
was
quick.
he wasn't the instructor? Was he just another student?
He was just another student.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna show you something, Gabe, real quick. 1 and 2. 1 is the tent and the campsite, and 2 is a cedar tree site, right? And then all the letters you see are the bodies. So 1 and 2 are locations, but then the letters are the bodies found.
1 and 2.
You're straight, yeah.
I'm working on it.
And how far? I don't know the distance. How far is it between 1 and 2?
They were like,
I'm-
they were really. Oh man, you're gonna have to look. If it's
Yeah, I
not
was
in
like,
here,
Because
man,
so you're
well-
telling me that there was the 4 bodies by 2. Is that the ones that were found later on?
so
if I
we'll do
remember
this.
Right, it was like, I want to say, dude, it was like several hundred yards, right?
Yeah,
Are we talking like a couple football fields between here? Are we talking
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I think
Yeah.
they're
in
like
the
from
Russian wilderness?
from the tent to
And if you
one of the
can
groups
see,
of
Gabe,
bodies.
Yeah.
By the
It was like-
terrain, there's hills there, there's mountains, so I mean,
Yeah.
it's separating them pretty well.
Okay, so here we'll just do this. We'll continue on with the story, and at the end we'll like go over some of the details or fix some of the details.
I'll ask questions. I'll write down if I have more questions.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Write
go ahead.
questions down. So
Yeah,
about
right.
5 days into the journey, student Yuri decided to leave the hiking trip and head back due. This is a sciatica flare-up.
Oh,
which-
he only made it 5 days.
See, that's what I thought, because I had read it was something to do with his sciatica, but you said it was his knee?
in knee and joint pains,
Okay.
but he had heart issues as well.
Yeah, he probably should have been hiking at all, honestly.
Probably not.
He probably shouldn't have really been out there as a whole.
Yeah, probably
Or
not.
they
So-
didn't think it was going to be as the terrain might not. I mean, they're all experienced, but they probably were like, "Oh, we're all experienced. It's going to be good." And then they get out there, and he's like, "Dude, this is a little bit more than I was anticipating. I don't want to slow you guys down. I'm in too much pain. I
Maybe.
didn't bring the right stuff. It could have been something like that."
Maybe.
Or he went out there, immediately killed everyone, and then just turned around and left 5 days later.
Well, I believe that was a theory, but that one doesn't make sense to me. I mean,
Why?
as we progress, you'll learn. So, if he would have stayed with them just a few more days, he might have died in whatever accident killed them. That's because around February 1st, the 9 hikers pitched their tent for the last time.
Imagine
So-
the survivor's guilt you'd have for just leaving, like,
He
because
does.
you were in pain. Well, no, but I'm saying, could you
I
personally?
know, for killing all of them and
Like,
escaping.
that'd be like you, me, Gabe go on a trip. You dip early, and we
I
all
kill
die.
both of you.
If we went on a trip and you guys died, no remorse. I'll just
Well, I'm done.
replace you,
Goodbye.
get new friends.
I will haunt you
Get
and your
on
new
Craigslist.
friends
Get on Craigslist.
and your wife. I'm gonna hunt all of you for the rest of your mortal
me.
life.
It'll just be in my kitty cats forever.
I'm gonna
And then
bully
once-
his
once-
wife,
once
so
you're
she blames
inevitably
him forever.
move on, then I'll just pester you for all of eternity.
That is my literal hell.
I know.
Anyway, when
So
the
February 1st, they pitched their tents for the last time.
Yep, they all had erections.
Are we
ready?
are we starting the next one now? We good?
I was not humoring his.
I didn't know if you wanted to keep going, so I was like, oh, wait a minute. I'll give
When
him
the
a-
search party found the tent, it collapsed and was covered in snow. Inside, the hikers' belongings were relatively undisturbed. The team found the hikers' boots, clothes, equipment neatly arranged in the tent and food was sliced up on a plate as if the hikers were preparing to eat. The tent was slashed open, and as a seamstress later observed, someone had made the cut from the inside.
So they cut their way out of their tent, Gabe.
What if their tent was just a piece of shit and the zipper got stuck?
Now, if it was an avalanche,
You know,
we
it
can
could
talk
be.
about theories later.
We're talking about Soviet Russia era here. It could have just been a shitty tent that's all they could get hold of.
I don't know. Soviet Russia made some pretty robust things.
True.
They might not have been the best, but they're pretty robust. I don't know if the zipper would have been broken. Also, it never mentions anywhere about the zipper.
No, it just
but
talks
maybe
about
that
like
was just deemed unimportant or something.
it just talks about showing that they've cut their way out of their tent. Because in my mind, I'm like, because some of the pictures where you see the collapsed tent and you can see the hole in the side of it where they clearly cut through it, it almost looks like the front of it, like the actual flap, is open too. So it's like because they couldn't get out, like maybe one or two people getting out the front, the other two couldn't get out fast enough, so they cut their way out and just climbed out of it or something.
Maybe someone farted.
Just a really
they were
intense fart.
Desperately trying to escape.
Need to put a hole in this tent for air. Just cuts a hole to let it breathe. Like, dude,
Someone's
it's
like, hey,
snowing.
check this out. Skylight.
It's snowing.
Okay.
You doomed us all.
The first two bodies the search party found were those of students Yuri Doroshenko and Yuri Krivonovchenko.
There's a lot of Yuris.
Gabe, do you have the?
There's,
you don't
are
have it
you
pulled
serious?
up, do
There's
you?
this many Yuris? Hang on.
That's what I'm saying. Yuri. One Yuri went back. How many Yuris are there?
That may have just been a typo on my part. Hang on.
Yuri, doctor, Yuri.
Oh shit, there was
I think it's just a common name in Russia,
All right,
dude.
so 23 years
There wa-
before that,
there-
the naming was not that
Yuris.
diverse.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm pretty sure that there was 3, but I was like I may have fucked up and just got them mixed up, but I'm pretty sure there's 3 of them.
So there was 3 Yuris.
There was 3 Yuris.
Common name
I
in
wasn't
Russia.
even allowed 3 Yuris on my trip. I'd be like, this seems like bad juju. One of you guys has got to stay here.
One of them does leave. 5 days in, one Yuri left.
Did you talk about? You said the. Okay, yeah, Igor. Or okay, never mind. Just want to see if.
So the first 2 bodies they found were Yuri and Yuri. Not Yuri, but Yuri and Yuri.
Yeah, several hundred yards away from the tent.
Can you imagine
were
being
lying-
the asshole?
They were lying in their underwear next to the remains of a fire. A medical examiner later noted that Yuri
Yeah.
had he wrote the last name, and it's the long one.
I will say real
Krivonovchenko.
quick.
Start with. What's it start with?
Krivonish.
So Yuri
Shenko.
C. Yuri
No,
C.
K.
Okay.
Yuri K.
It's a K. It's a K.
Or Yuri K. Yuri K.
I will say,
Had-
you imagine being the coroner and being an asshole. It's like, hey, we found a Yuri. It's like, which is my child dead or is my child dead? It's like, we don't know yet. It's a Yuri.
Okay, a medical examiner later noted that Yuri K had burns on his body and a piece of flesh in his mouth that he had bitten off of his own hand. The searchers found the bodies of hiker leader Dyatlov and Zenata Kolmogorova, one of the 2 female students on the hike, in a different location that suggested that they were trying to head back to the tent. Later, searchers found the body of Rustem Slobodin, who also appeared to be trying to make his way back to the tent when he died. So for whatever reason, they escaped the tent in a hurry in their underwear, essentially. You know, they were in their tent, they were all relaxing, and something had happened that had driven them away from their tent, right?
I'm writing down specific details that way I can remember.
You gotta think.
where the theories start to come in, because it's like, why would they run away from their tent,
like,
and
how
why would they go
scared-
so far?
how
Why did that
scared-
guy Yuri K? Why did they make a fire several hundred yards away from the tent? And then why
Yeah.
did he bite his own hand off? Chunk out
Well,
of
the
his own
thing
hand.
is too, like some of them were in their underwear, so it's like, why did they go so far in the winter, in the snow?
Well, so far you haven't described anyone being clothed. So far, everyone's in their underwear. And the only thing
Yeah.
I've heard about clothes was that the clothes were put orderly tucked
That's
away.
what I'm saying.
before-
Like,
All right, so
So far we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of the 10. There's 4 unaccounted for. Is that the 4 found later?
no, these were the first ones, I thought.
Yeah. So far we're at 6 people. We have 1 guy turned back, and then we have 5 people so far that you've told me have died.
Oh no,
Yuri,
these
Yuri.
are the first ones.
Yeah. Okay.
'cause-
So
'cause
the
the
other
next-
4 are the
yeah.
ones that were found later.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
all 5 students, which the searchers found,
Yeah.
I'm assuming this is all during the snow. All 5 students appeared to have died from hypothermia, which can cause erratic behavior and paradoxical undressing, a phenomenon in which people start to undress because they feel hot even though they are freezing to death.
I've heard of that.
But there were still 4 bodies missing. So that May, when more of the snow in the area had melted and indigenous Mansai Hunter discovered the remains of what appeared to be a snow den. Inside, rescue workers found the bodies of Alexander Kolvetov, Nikolay Thibault-Brignol, and sports instructor Simeon. Cursed by Americanness.
Simeon
Alex, Nikolay, and Simeon.
Zola Taryov.
Yeah.
And who's the last?
Ludmila Dubnina, the second female student on the trip.
Dubanana.
For 3 of these bodies, the cause of death didn't seem to be hypothermia. Why would you put their Nikolay had a skull fractures so severe there were pieces of bone in his brain. While stop putting their last names, Michael. Gosh damn, this is hard.
Sorry.
Semyon Ludmila.
Just say the first name, Casey.
Yeah, just say the first name.
I did. Oh, that is their first names. Semyon and Ludmila. Ludmila.
Camila?
Yeah. Semyon and Ludmila had chests crushed in. Both of the previous people, their eye sockets were empty, and Ludmila was missing her tongue. The initial investigation into the deaths couldn't determine that a crime had taken place, and ended up concluding that the hikers had died from compelling natural force.
Which makes you wonder, because it's like they're missing their eyes and she was missing her tongue.
What about Alex?
Natural force?
Was he hypothermia?
Probably. I mean,
you said 3 didn't match hypothermia, and then you described those 3. So, since he was the 4th one of that group, are we just involving him in with hypothermia?
I don't think it says how he died. So he just died somehow. Yeah. He just died.
So hypothermia.
It probably was hypothermia.
If they specified that of the other 4, 3 didn't match hypothermia, then I'm assuming by clause.
Compelling natural force.
Yeah, these 3.
It probably includes hypothermia, I would assume.
Because, well, how are you going to say compelling natural force? She's missing her tongue and her eyes.
So that doesn't bother me as much, because those are, hear me out, if it was an avalanche and the body's dead for a while and a critter comes across, and those are some very soft tissue that could be eaten by small critters, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like cats notoriously go for the eyelids, the eyes, the lips, the soft parts if you're going to die. Like, so that's when you say, oh, it just went after that. Like, I'm thinking, okay, if their body was frozen and an animal got to that part of the face, like that would be relatively probably like easier for the animal to chew up.
I agree with you, but like my argument against that is, why wouldn't they have just stuck around a little bit to like further eat?
Maybe.
I mean, unless the body just got too frozen.
Or it got another predator came along that would chase that off. You know, there's many things that could have happened without it going straight to supernatural or something crazy. But I also do like the idea that it was the tertiary.
But the story continues to get weird.
Oh, tell me more.
Some Russian citizens wondered if the Soviet government was covering something up. The discovery that some of the hikers' clothing contained traces of radiation fueled speculations that the hikers had died in some kind of weapon testing disaster. This radioactivity on the clothing could be explained by the fact that 2 years before, there had been a nuclear incident known as Kishtim disaster. One of the hikers on the trip had lived in the contaminated zone, and another had helped with the cleanup. Despite this, many Russians continued to suspect that the government was hiding something. Theories about what happened include Yetis, the KGB, and the CIA. And the CIA is known to do some fishy stuff.
Yeah, the CIA is bunch of
swell chaps. People. I don't want to see you disappear, Gabe. They're swell guys.
They're great people.
They've never been known to do a lot of horrific things throughout history just to kill people for. Would it be even science?
No, it's not science.
It's money. It's got to be money.
It's money, and it's for power.
Yeah, but they don't do that.
No, well, actually, they absolutely do it.
They've made
the government has released documents where
who have come across stuff that they're hiding.
The CIA has taken out democratically appointed leaders and put dictators in place because they knew that they could do deals with the dictator. And if it was a Democrat, the Democratic leader would not have wanted to do the deals with America.
So good guys.
So they kicked out the people's appointed leadership and they put in the warlords. Yeah. Anyway, it's awful. It's awful.
Back to Russia. 19. The Russian government reopened the Dyatlov Pass incident, which I'm assuming they're just talking about like the case file, essentially.
Yeah.
They reopened the pass for travel. Got it.
Yes. Andrei Kirakov, the prosecutor who led the new investigation, proposed a slab avalanche theory. The slope on which the hikers planted their tent wasn't steep enough to suggest that there had been a traditional avalanche, but Kirakov theorized that it was still possible for a slab of snow to slide out over the tent. This might have caused the hikers to fear that a larger avalanche was imminent, and it could explain why they would cut their way out of the tent and run away without grabbing their boots. Kirikov speculated the hikers ran to what they thought was a safe distance from the tent, then started a fire and dug a snow den. The snow den could have collapsed on the hikers who were inside, causing the severe injuries found on only the bodies in the area. Scavenging animals could have eaten the missing eyes and tongues. Those outside the tent would have died from the cold. So there's some people, like the first group of hikers, like the 4, they weren't in the snow den. To this day, it remains one of Russia's most unanswered mysteries. What do you think?
Now then, Gabe, what questions you got? Because I've also got theories that I've written.
Oh, let me hear your theories first. Oh no, that's what I got.
Well, these are theories other people have like posted, but I saved them because I want to go over them with you guys. So one theory is Yeti got to them.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on that?
I don't know if I. So
Wait. Do you believe in ghosts?
I'm open to it. Not in the traditional sense.
Do you believe in cryptids, like other cryptids?
Not most.
What cryptid do you believe in?
Oh, I'm not sure, but if it sounds
I'll put it to be
plausible,
like
I'd
Mothman.
be open to hearing more about it. I'm not saying there's a specific cryptid I can think of that I'm like, yeah, that sounds real. I'm just
Okay,
like,
so you're more
if I
open to
heard
the
something
idea
that
of
sounded
cryptids.
realistic, I'm not opposed to saying I could believe that. Like, but so far, just a lot of them sound like creepy, but they don't sound real or
lot
legit.
of them
Nothing that
sound
could exist in
like-
our dimension.
A lot of them sound like something that could be real in the sense of like Bigfoot could just be a monkey in the woods.
Bigfoot theoretically could be real because what was that monkey? The species of monkey is like orang pendek, which is like a 7-foot tall monkey, but they've supposedly been extinct for a long time.
Now, I will say another crazy thing about when it comes to Bigfoot and stuff like that is the cave systems underneath the mountains in America, you know, where there's a large amount of national forest areas that are, you know,
Yeah.
preserved and protected, and you can't just go in those areas, as well as that's where a lot of people go missing. That's where a lot of things. So it's possible that things that we think were extinct were survived in the cave system, and because it's so far there, you know, like that's why we don't see it regularly. And then the government knew about it. That's why they created the national park forest system to keep those things away from populated society. It's a theory.
It's a cryptid theory.
I see stuff like that where I hear stuff like that. I'm like, that sounds plausible.
Are you more of a conspiracy theorist guy?
Define conspiracy theories.
Do you believe in conspiracy theories?
I do believe in some of them, yes.
So you're more of a conspiracy theory guy.
I mean, I don't think the government is batting 100 out of 100 every time. I don't think when they tell us, yeah, we're telling you the exact truth. I really don't.
Well,
think they're telling
no,
us the
I mean
truth.
like.
So when I say some conspiracy theories, especially the ones that we end up finding out later, were true because the CIA and the FBI or the government were just gaslighting the population.
No, like the more obscure ones.
Some of the more obscure ones are fun to just thought processy, you know, not to get too distracted from what we're talking about, but like they're more fun to just think of like what if than actual like put forth the effort of this is real. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Supposedly the government did kill JFK and that got released in a file, but everyone said that was a conspiracy for a very long time. And then they released the files and apparently, yeah, the government killed JFK.
You'll like this book.
But everyone said that was conspiracy theory, and everyone was like, that's a crazy government conspiracy theory for decades. And then they released the files and the government killed JFK. So that's what I mean by like, okay,
You'll like that book.
And that's one of those more outlandish ones where people are like, oh, it wasn't like, it was just some crazy. No, it was the government. They took him out because they didn't like the deals he was proposing to make.
Gabe, I need you to write stories on conspiracy theories. Mike will be our cryptid dude, and I'll just do the ghost stories.
I would like to talk about conspiracy. So if you want to do a story on one, that'd be pretty dope.
Yeah, I like conspiracy theories.
We're going to do a subsection of don't forget your flashlight of.
No, we'll just put all right here.
All right here. You want me to do
All
some
for the
conspiracy
viewers'
theories?
enjoyment. Yeah, absolutely. I want you to do conspiracy theories.
Okay,
100%.
I can do conspiracy. That'd be fun.
Because I don't want to do it. I like to do the haunted locations.
You do haunted locations, I'll do conspiracy theories.
And then stuff like the Dyatlov Pass will just kind of whoever wants to do it.
All right, continue on about that. So Yeti, possibly. I don't think Yeti. I don't think Yetis are real, but I don't know the
you're
cave
wrong.
systems. I don't know how that all works.
I don't either, but I like the idea that something scared them enough to cut their way out of a tent. I don't
But I
necessarily
also-
believe.
If the Yeti killed them, I then wonder why did the Yeti stop at just taking out the tongue and the eyes of those two people? If it was a Yeti, and this just hear me out, you know, why did it not like target more, kill more, eat more? You know what I mean? Was it just like, oh, I just want a little snack, and it just like ripped the tongue
I don't
out?
believe it either, Gabe. Like I don't, because I feel like a Yeti would probably eat them for substance because it's like probably not got a
If
lot of
it's
food in
that
the mountain.
cold, it's resources are hard to find.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It should, and it probably would have eaten the food off of the if that they were sliced and prepared, ready to go. You know what I mean?
That is a theory though, and I don't believe it though, because it's just I would imagine a Yeti being very, its animal instinct would be to eat as much as it could, or it would take the bodies with it to store food.
That's what I'm thinking. I would imagine if a Yeti was real, it would have at least taken it back to its cave system. You wouldn't have found the whole sections, maybe not the whole body, but like a leg ripped off or something like that, you know?
Well, what about UFOs? They had radiation on their bodies.
I was gonna say,
Okay.
Casey, do you have any? Because I got a little list going here of ones that I found online. Because there's a lot.
Definitely UFOs. This is. I feel like this is a 99% chance of what happened. Okay, a UFO was flying overhead, shooting laser beams, right? Like boom, explosions of
Freaking
radiation,
laser beams.
and they're like, "Dude, we got to get out of here." Slice open the tent, run to the forest.
I love how you went very Scooby Doo with it. We gotta get out of here.
Please,
Very Scooby Doo with it. I like it.
Like, let's get out of here.
I can't find my glasses.
So another theory
Sorry, that was the
is,
wrong Scooby Doo.
Oh, was it the right one?
so there's two theories that I really like. One is, and they kind of play hand in hand now. So there's one called, they believe there's an entity on the mountain, or there's some kind of spirit, like the mountain is alive, and it was kind of a crazy theory. It basically believes that the mountain doesn't just want to outright kill you, it wants to torture you in a sense. It wants to drive you mad and then kill you.
You know, that's probably the most dickish thing that spirits can do. Not just kill you; they want to torture you.
What the
Hey,
fuck
I
is
don't
what
want to. I don't
what are you,
just
bored?
want death. I want you to lose your mind.
But it was said that the mountain is so cursed. I mean, it's called Dead Mountain, for gosh. But
For gosh sakes.
yeah. But
Gosh darn.
the crazy part about it is they say that when you're up on the mountain, you can hear the wind. There's two times it'll happen. One, there's either wind that'll sound like people yelling or sound like someone's talking to you, which will drive you mad. Or there's times, because it's called the Silent Mountain.
Driving you mad, maybe. I'm gonna start talking to him.
Yeah.
I'm getting the answers to the universe by asking the winds. I saw Pocahontas. She said, "All you need is the colors of the wind."
It's called a
I
silent.
hate when people talk to me.
So one of the beliefs is it's called Silent Mountain because the people who inhabited it did weird things on the mountain, whatever. People died, whatever. But supposedly one of the stories is when you're walking on the mountain, it becomes so dead silent that you can't even hear your own footsteps in the snow, which would
That would
kind of
be
be
creepy.
terrifying.
That'd be terrifying. I bet that.
That is kind of cool.
That's
But
why
that
it was
would-
nicknamed Silent Mountain, because it'd be dead quiet and you couldn't hear anything. Like all the life,
You couldn't even
all
hear
the
the snow
bugs,
crunching under your feet.
all the animals and critters, you didn't hear anything. You couldn't hear the snow under your own feet. And part of it plays into now, there's an urban legend I found about it, which I thought was really cool. Igor is he was the main guy who was, the leader doing the expedition, right?
He planned it.
So now that he's dead, supposedly his spirit will guide people through the mountain, and they won't know he's dead because they think he's a real person, but his spirit will guide people through the mountain and basically lead them into the deepest part of the mountain where the bodies were found, and that's where the mountain will kill you.
Oh, so he's leading them to their death.
Yeah.
Oh, so he's the bad guy.
I really like he'll help you get through, but no.
Yeah.
No, he is essentially property of the mountain and does its bidding now, essentially, and takes people into it.
Hear
What a
me out.
bitch.
Background story. Igor, when he was a small child, his family took him on to this mountain, right? His family all got consumed, but the mountain wanted more. So the mountain poisoned little young Igor's mind. And then fast forward, Igor went back into normal society. Now he's in his young 20s. He plans this whole trip to go back to the mountain so he can feed more people to the mountain. But this time the mountain didn't let Igor go, because this time the mountain figured it was going to get famous enough that more people will come. And Igor's time had been spent.
Or Igor leaves the mountain, right? And he meets a doctor, Dr. Frankenstein, and he works with him to create a monster so powerful that haunts the mountains forever.
And what is that monster's name?
Frankenstein's monster.
It doesn't make sense. The monster's surname is also Frankenstein, so it's Adam Frankenstein. You can call him Frankenstein too. It doesn't make sense to people to be like, Frankenstein was the doctor, not the If he was his father, then his surname would, it's Dr. Frankenstein and his son Adam Frankenstein.
No, that's not true.
It is true.
No, the monster was never given a name.
There's a version of where he's Adam.
In the original Frankenstein, he was never given a name.
Okay. What version am I thinking of then? Because there's another version where he has
hang on,
Adam. It's
'cause
not
it says
I
it
Frankenstein.
In Mary Shelley's
Frankenstein-
Frankenstein, the monster was never given a name. He was referred to as the monster, creature, wretch, fiend, or it throughout the novel.
Technically, the Doctor himself is bad.
While some adaptations and fan interpretations have given him names like Adam, or even called him Frankenstein.
I'm pretty sure they called
these
him.
are not part of the
would be
original
Adam
text.
Frankenstein.
I'm pretty sure in Mary
Whatever.
Shelley's Frankenstein they
Mary
call him.
Shelley's original Frankenstein, if you look at it, it's the Doctor's supposed to be the bad guy.
Well, I think they called him
Oh, he
a
is a
demon,
bad guy.
and I think one person called him a being, just like a being.
Being?
Yeah.
You're a being.
Well, then I misspoke. Thank you for redacting my statement.
I didn't redact it.
I'll redact my statement.
Well, in some
I didn't know
interpretations,
Casey
it was
so
Adam.
factual
While the
nowadays.
monster himself refers to his creator as his father and himself as the Adam of your labors. Okay, that's where I got that from then, and that's where the other books get it. The monster himself refers to himself as the Adam of Dr. Frankenstein's labors.
Okay. I think we're getting off topic.
So
That was my fault, though. I apologize.
Dr. Frankenstein is up on this mountain, and
Just chill.
Igor
Yeah.
went over to
Igor went to
continue
help
with that story.
Dr. Frankenstein.
So
and,
Igor, and did they need the bodies from
I
all
was
these
gonna
other
say,
9 people?
Yeah,
That
they need the
doctor's
eyeballs and the tongue, and they created Frankenstein's monster.
I want to say that's way too elaborate, but knowing how criminals or bad guys in movies act, like that makes sense. They got the entire 9 group of people out there just to get the eyes of 2 people and the tongue of 1 person.
I needed to get rid of the witnesses.
Now I'm imagining. So does this Frankenstein? Does this monster? Does this creature that they're creating? Does it have multiple eyes?
No, it's only got one set. Maybe like one set of eyes is bad or something. Maybe they got cataracts or something. But anyway, no, this is great. So Dr. Frankenstein and this Igor guy create Frankenstein's monster. Well, Dr. Frankenstein, he's got to kill Igor now. That's why he's with the bodies, right?
Gotcha.
And Frankenstein's monster is seen roaming the lands. That's why they think there's a Yeti. And because we know from Dr. Frankenstein's novel, the novel, it requires a large amount of electricity, which could be misinterpreted for UFOs, and it could produce a lot of radiation. We don't know how the machine works.
What if he was using radiation like power, nuclear power
Exactly.
out on the mountain?
And maybe Dr. Frankenstein is actually an ex-government agent of some kind.
He's got to be an ex-government agent.
Tying everything in.
Back to the Nazis.
Back to the Nazis.
I love the idea of Casey just connecting everything back to the Nazis in some way.
I
shape,
really
or
thought that's where he was gonna go, so I wanted to beat him to the punch.
I wasn't, but I love this.
Back to the scientists. Dr.
I
Frankenstein's
love
just an
I
escaped
love
Nazi.
the Nazis. I'm just kidding. That's not true. That's not real. That's not real.
Someone clip
You
that,
should
please.
not let that part of this ever get online.
Someone clip that and just put that on any meme you want.
Yes or not?
It's just me going, I love the Nazis. That's not true.
You've said it twice now.
I've ruined my
I was
career.
like, you dropped it twice.
One, you say it with a smile. One, you say deadpan.
What do you want from me, man? They did a
Just
lot
stop
of sketchy...
saying that.
Look, they
that
did a
phrase
lot
of
of sketchy
words.
shit. They're gonna end up on here again. It's only a matter of time.
Buddy, I give
And
it like a
I'm
month
gonna
before
go
I see a
full circle
swastika
even
flag on your back
further.
wall.
I'm gonna bring the circle even further back around. We still haven't covered Project Paperclip.
Honestly, at some point, you might as well just do it, Casey. You might as well.
I really
go
should.
for it.
There's so much to it. It's a conspiracy theory. Gabe's got to do it. You should do Project Paperclip. He's writing it down. Write it slower.
Just writing it down.
He's got the free time. I feel like once Gabe gets into it, he's gonna like go down this rabbit hole, and like his ADHD is gonna kick in, and he's gonna be like, "Guys, I've got 17 pages of documents."
Is it weird that I picture? I don't know if Gabe will get the reference, but the Sunny in Philadelphia episode when Charlie gets a
So,
job with Matt.
Charlie Day's like, okay, so we got over
all
here,
the red
right?
lines, and he's
That leads to Dr. Frankenstein over here. With
I
red
want
string
that
over
dude,
here, I'm like,
no, I want lunatic
I have-
Gabe.
I have red string everywhere. I'm like, okay, bear with me.
love
This
it.
is my living room
I
now.
want this. It's
His
just like
entire back wall is
newspaper
just
clippings
string
and like
newspaper.
red string. It's all through his living room. And he's like, if we come over to the left wall, he's like, over here.
It's a conspiracy, man. I've
I'm
gone
like, I
down
hired a
this
cameraman just
rabbit
for
hole.
this, and like randomly, I'm like, point the camera at me. I'm like, look over here.
In Antarctica, there is a Nazi base.
You just hear stifled crying behind the camera.
Hey, Casey,
It's,
I bet-
it's
Stop
a-
crying.
I bet,
Look
hey,
over
Gabe,
here. Okay.
when's the last time you slept? 5 days ago, man. I can't. There's so much knowledge. I can't get through it.
I can't get through it all. It's too deep, man. It's too deep.
And then the
Also, there's
CIA
a knock at the door.
kicks through my door.
Another- No, there's a knock on the door, and Gabe's like, "They found me. I gotta get out." And he like
Jumps out the
jumps
window.
out the window, and then you just hear a faint voice. He's like, "Hey, it's Domino's. I got a pizza."
It's like Scott Pilgrim, where
Gabe
He
comes-
just left.
Gabe comes back in full of broken. There's glass shards in his arm. He's like, "Oh, I've been waiting for this pizza. Hungry."
they forgot my pepperoni.
Anyway,
This ties
okay.
back to the Nazis somewhere.
There's no
So-
pizza here. It's just anthrax.
Yeti, scientist, aliens, Dr. Frankenstein.
That's not the actual
Radiation.
theory.
No, this is the theory.
That is now a theory.
I mean,
Yeah,
it
that
is
is
now. Yeah,
100%.
we'll put it out there.
We have created this. We
And
did
the
what-
avalanche
we
thing was just a
discovered.
coincidence. The slab
Yeah.
avalanche was
No,
just a
this-
coincidence.
the avalanche happened, but it happened by Dr. Frankenstein to cover up the other bodies.
You're right. It was planned by Dr. Frankenstein so that
He already had the
kill
parts
him.
he needed. They started trying to escape. They were getting back to their tents. He ignited they all got covered dead.
Yep. This all makes sense. This is the most.
Most plausible thing I can figure out. Yeah.
It's Dr. Frankenstein.
Dude, you
Alright,
know
we
what? I'm
solved
so
it.
proud of us, guys. We have solved yet another mystery. They should call us the mystery gang.
I love
Oh,
the idea of
God.
every episode we solve the mystery in the most outlandish way.
Solve it.
I
That's
love
the
it.
new hot
Solved
take.
it.
We solve our mysteries, unlike
didn't-
other
we didn't
podcasts. We
solve-
don't just give you the information. We solve it for you.
Yeah, we think about it so you don't have to.
Do you agree with us? We don't care.
We don't care. Are we gonna
But-
mispronounce your name? Probably.
Probably.
Are we gonna misconstrue the facts to give you some bullshit new story? Yup.
Most definitely.
All right. Well, are there any other theories that you have left out besides the one that we just solved?
There's the Mansai attack, which is like what are they? They're indigenous people essentially that live on the mountains.
They're the ones that
is this real?
So the name of
Yeah.
the mountain, like, so if you remember, one of the hunters,
Found the bodies.
yeah,
Like, found
one of
the last
indigenous
bodies in
hunters
the
found
snow
the
den.
bodies. Also, the name of the mountain, the name of the mountain,
was like the
meaning
Mansai
of
Mountains.
The name is from them also.
Can you spell that name?
MANSI.
Like that's how you get Silent Mountain or Dead Mountain is from their
And that's from the indigenous people that live there.
from a
But I don't
translation.
know if this one has any validity to it, just because like this is the
I want to look
Like-
into that one.
the theory is that they were attacked by the indigenous Mansai people for trespassing on their land, but it also says that there was an indigenous hunter that found them. So like, could he just be lying and just be like killed him and then said, "Yeah, oh yeah, I found him"?
Or is this like, think with me here. We
How do I do
find
that?
out that the
was like, wait a
Mandalorians
minute.
here, right? Mandalorians, right? You know how a majority of them were like, oh, you can take your helmet off, but there was the section of Mandalorians who were like the crazy ones, right? So you find out that these Manzai people, right, majority of them pretty cool, right? There is the subsection that live in the mountains that, like, if you go into their mountains, they will kill you.
Well, I can't imagine there's that many of them.
There doesn't need to be that many of them.
Well, I just mean like
They're very efficient.
like we've lost him. He's too far gone.
Conspiracy. All right.
There is a
Look at the
conspiracy.
string. Let me get the string. I've got this.
There is
But
a
I will say that it
conspiracy-
could. Sorry, go ahead, Michael.
No,
Sorry.
I was just gonna say there's one other conspiracy, but I don't believe it because it just seems such a weird thing to start with. And that the one survivor, not the one survivor, the one of the four after the avalanche happened and they got trapped, the one that died of just hypothermia,
Yeah.
it was said that he could have eaten parts of their body and succumbed to cannibalism. But it's like, why would you pick the eyes and tongue out of all things to start?
Yeah, I gotta tell you what, because if I'm gonna be new to cannibalism, I'm not starting with the tongue. It's
Yeah,
gonna be
no, I'm
too
not starting with
icky.
either of those. I could promise
It's
you
ick-
that. I'd go straight meat, something I'd probably at least be used to. I
What?
was waiting for Gabe's hot take on
It
that.
was it my use of the word icky?
I was waiting for Gabe's hot
No,
take.
it was the use of my brain going way overboard with when you said, "Why would he start with the tongue?" And I was like, I don't want to give you an answer.
They're like making
Wait, do you
out.
have an
and he's
answer?
He
like,
was making out with the dead body, and he's just like, "Oh, this tastes good." Nom 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 nom. Just like
well,
my
okay,
brain
well,
was like, "Why did we think that?" That's all.
yeah, I don't know, bro. Because if I was
yeah,
gonna
that's
be a
not where my
cannibal,
mind
like
went.
if he,
Again,
if he
no, I
were-
get what you're saying. Like, start like cook. If I had to try to be a cannibal for survival, right? Like we're in that absolute worst
You know-
situation. You have to eat
You
someone's.
start with some kind of
you know, they're
normal
dead,
looking
right?
meat, like maybe like a
I've-
thigh piece or
You
something.
cook it, right?
Yeah.
I would think you would want to try to cook it.
You
It
have
did say he started a fire.
fire-ish-
It did say they started a fire.
Now, why did he try to bite his own flesh off? Was
yeah,
that the
that was-
hypothermia affecting
What?
his mind? Was he just like gone crazy and he's like, "It's in me"?
Could be the spirits talking to him and driving him mad on the mountain.
Well, I mean, they could have been suffering all kinds of like. I think there was one theory of like drug abuse, but
You didn't
I
tell me
don't know.
drugs were involved.
well, there's no
There's
evidence.
It's
just
of
just a
it.
cocaine?
theory, yeah. There's no evidence
Methane?
they had any.
Methamphetamine?
There's no evidence, but like
Crack?
the one guy
Weed?
biting his hand, like they would have died. Like they would have died of hypothermia really quickly because they're naked essentially,
Yeah,
and
afraid.
so they were getting ready to eat when
In
some
tent.
event happened. No, in their tent, they were getting ready to eat when some event happened that caused them to leave the tent in a hurry. But the hypothermia would have set in so quick. Why would you eat your hand? So there was like a theory of maybe they were under the influence or something was influencing them.
The spirits of the mountain, buddy.
You know what I mean?
There's a men's
I love the idea because when I read the theory, the best way I could describe it was the movie Dead Silent when she's getting ready to kill and it stops all the noise.
That's so creepy.
I just picture that, but in a mountains where like you're supposed to hear wind, maybe like like a deer or something out in the distance, and you just hear nothing. You can only hear the steps of the snow in front of you. I'm like, I'd turn around and be like, I don't like this one bit. I'd go back. I'd be like, I'm done with this.
I mean, honestly, they may have been. Maybe like there was some weird stuff happening on the
'Cause
pass.
We all know
And-
what snow sounds like when you step in it.
I was trying to think of something witty, but I couldn't think of anything. I failed you guys. I'm so sorry. I let you down. Now you'll
Not the
think of me
first
as you sick bastard.
Maybe one day, Casey will earn my respect back.
Well, this has been fun. I think I'm just gonna get off here now. I'm definitely not upset. You are.
Definitely not upset.
grovel.
I'm not upset at all. I mean,
I'm not upset. I'm over it. No, so I think it was definitely it was the government. It was radiation drove them crazy. It wasn't just the hypothermia. It was the craziness, and then the hypothermia is what killed them, though. But the radiation is what drove them insane.
I think it was the avalanche. I think it was because of the slab avalanche that happened. It like just slid over the top of the tent, scared them. They left in a hurry in fear of a bigger avalanche, and I think they stayed away from the tent for so long because they didn't know if the avalanche was coming or like when it was going to be safe. So they just like they tried to build a fire to stay warm, stuff like that. Obviously, to no avail. But I think it was the avalanche theory that makes the most sense to me.
It just doesn't make sense why he bit his own hand flesh off.
Maybe it was like a nerve or anxiety thing.
Like, because it talked about him having a chunk of flesh. It's not like he just bit the finger off. Like, yeah, a chunk of flesh.
There is a theory that like
Chunky.
they did come across some government experiment that they shouldn't have, and the government didn't
It's a
necessarily
laser thing.
They didn't shoot them because there'd be bullet holes and proof, but they like essentially held them at gunpoint and basically made them do stuff to each other to make it look like critters got them.
I don't subscribe to that one.
I don't either.
I
Because
don't
it'd be weird.
subscribe
Like,
to making them do things like critters, but I imagine easily holding them at gunpoint and being like, hey, you're going to stay outside your tent while you're in your boxers because we know you're going to get hypothermia and we know it's going to kill you. And as soon as we know there's no chance that you're going to live, now we're going to leave you.
I don't know.
I could see that one.
I don't know in what scenario though that like biting your own finger would. I'm trying to think of where that would play into it.
That one could have been because hypothermia makes you do crazy shit. He could have thought something was wrong with his hand, and
Maybe trying
it
to
could
get
have
off
just
like the
and
frostbite or something.
yeah. I don't know. It could have just been a little psychotic break.
Maybe like I thought that maybe like his hands were starting to go numb, like really numb, and he just like he
Lapse of judgment. Bit it trying to feel it.
Yeah, bit it trying to feel it, or like
Didn't realize how hard it is biting it.
Maybe it is a cannibalism thing. Maybe he succumbed to like being trapped in that.
Self-cannibalism.
Well, I was gonna say trapped in it, and he thought maybe his hand was already frostbit, so he was losing it anyway, and he bit the finger off to try.
But again, hypothermia because they were pretty much naked. Hypothermia would have set in so quick. Like honestly, you wouldn't even have thought about hunger.
That's true, yeah.
I don't think. Yeah, that's why that throws me off.
The finger thing.
I can get over the bugs, small critter started eating at the eyeballs and the tongue, and then it got rushed off by a bigger critter, or it got rushed off when more snow was coming. Who knows?
It's like the dead of winter. I don't know if there'd be any bugs out.
I don't know. I can see some small critter.
Like the
Maybe
tongue
finding
and the
them.
eyes missing in the snow den.
Maybe like one of those
Yeah, I
like
could 100%
That doesn't
spiders
actually
or
bother me
something.
as much as you would think.
Well, I 100% could see that being like an animal.
Yeah,
Like
coming
some small fox or some small.
Yes.
Just finding a soft
The
piece
dead of
in the
winter,
middle of
they
the
need to collect something.
like, especially if it's daytime, it melts a little bit, exposing the face. They get the soft spots, they eat it, and then something else happens. They got to run.
Yeah.
I could
You
see
know,
that.
maybe noise outside. Like they eat their fill because they don't eat that much, and then they leave.
Yeah, I could easily see that.
Maybe they even come back at some point, but at that point the body's so frozen. And up in those mountains, there's not really going to be any large carnivores up there. Maybe wolves, but I kind of doubt it.
Well, because you'd have to also imagine that the creatures that live there would have to be able to sustain themselves calorie wise as well as, and if there's not that much food, that's a whole long rabbit hole you get down. Like, because
Yeah.
bears have to eat so much food for them to be able to sustain, so they can't exactly live in a place,
Yep.
That's why polar bears are so angry.
Yes.
So I don't know what large creatures would live in those mountains.
I don't think there's any. I don't want to Google it. I don't really feel like it.
It's gone on a while. I think we solved it when it was Dr. Frankenstein.
I agree, 100%. Solved.
So Dr. Frankenstein was a Nazi, was working for the Russians. People found out about it. They got forced to like, hey, you're gonna stay outside until you get hypothermia. That's my other theory.
Either way, it was the Nazis. Case closed. Anyway, that was another riveting episode of Don't Forget Your Flashlight. Join us another day. I'm not going to say next week because, you never fucking know what happens on the show, We're busy guys with busy lives with busy wives. Only partially true.
1/3.
Anyway, join us next time where we're going to talk about something. It'll probably be interesting. And if it's not, we don't care. Anyway, bye, guys.
Bye.